Good morning, guys. I just wanted to talk about fears of fasting, what I've experienced when I first started fasting, and like how to overcome those fears, and like what to tell yourself to get over it to allow you to get into fasting. So one of the fears is that a lot of people gain the weight back. And that was definitely one of my fears. Like, why should I struggle? Why should I get into fasting if probably I'm just going to gain the weight back and all that? Well, first of all, you need to have kind of like a plan, a strategy. What is your diet going to be like when you get back into fasting? So that's one thing you can look at. But another thing that you can look at, even if your diet is going to remain the same, say that you want to go for an extended fast and then you get back into your regular eating. One thing that really like stood out for me when I did this, when I went on an extended fast, probably like 3 weeks or 4 weeks, I was doing 5-day fasts in a row, and then I'd eat one day, or just have one meal one day, and then I would go back to fasting for another few days. I'd eat one day, and I kept doing this for about 3 or 4 weeks, and I got pretty good results. I definitely saw that I lost fat, not that I just lost water weight, because the water weight returns pretty much when you refeed. So then when you go back fasting, it's like the water weight doesn't really come into account, so you don't really have to worry about that. It's that you actually do lose fat when you are doing these extended fasts. And it's like one thing, okay, say if you were 140 pounds and then you go on this extended fast and you lose 10 pounds, you go for like 10 days or something, say you lose 10 pounds. You'll probably lose more than that, but anyways, if you do an extended fast, you lose 10 pounds, then you'll have lost 10 pounds, but your body will have changed quite significantly, and you'll be you're looking at yourself from the lower end. You're looking from yourself from the 20s, like 120 pounds to 130 pounds, say if you become 130 pounds. So you're looking at yourself from that extent, and your body is coming from the lower extent. This is like really important, I'm trying to come across. But say if you're going on a diet and you're 140 pounds and you go on some kind of crash diet and you lose 10 pounds on that crash diet, you become 130 pounds. Starting from 140, you become 130. You are not coming from the lower spectrum of the weight. You are still coming from 140 pounds to 130 pounds. And that really makes a difference. Your body looks different. Even if you're both 130 pounds, whether you went from the diet, crash diet, or from the fasting 1 week, you're still 130 pounds. But the difference is 130 pounds from fasting 1 week is a lot more different, and your body looks a lot more different, and it lost more fat even though you're still the same weight. Your body composition is different, and you're coming from the lower spectrum. So when people look at you, they say this person has 130 pounds, this person is 130 pounds. They'll still look differently because the other person will be like more like swollen, and they'll look more chubbier because they're going towards the higher spectrum of the weight range. I don't know if this makes sense, but this is what I discovered when I went on my 5-day fast, refeed, 4-day fast, refeed, 3-day fast, refeed, and I kept 3-day fast, like that, usually like 3-4 day fast refeeds. And that's what I discovered. So don't be afraid that you're going to gain the weight back. Even if you do gain some weight back, you're still coming from the lower spectrum of the weight, and you still look differently. Your body composition is different. So that is kind of like that fear and stigma around I'll just gain the weight back. And plus, how much more things will you gain when you go on fasting, right? There's many things that you don't know what's waiting for you, what doors will be open for you, what other things will come into your life. It's not just about losing weight, there's more benefits. If you guys are doing like fasting, I discovered the other day when I did my whole day fast, I did 1 day where I fasted all day, not just till 2 p.m. But I had some MSM, or it's just like sulfur compound. It's like a powder, you mix it with water. And if you're doing your fasting, one of the things that you can take when you're fasting is that MSM sulfur. It is amazing. Like, I don't know, it helps so much with the fasting. I wasn't hungry at all, and it went by fast, and I felt really good and strong. Sulfur is a lot of, we lack sulfur in our diet a lot, I believe. Another thing I wanted to talk about is being patient. Like, with this 2 p.m. Stop eating thing, you have to be really like patient. I'm not a patient person when it comes to weight loss. I'm a patient of many other things, but not weight loss. And I want quick results. I feel like if I'm doing something, then I want to see the result. But even though stop eating at 2 p.m. is kind of a drastic idea, and you think that it's a big deal and all, then like it is for someone who is like 200 pounds. Wow, that is a huge difference. They're going to see results right away. But someone who is just trying to lose 20 pounds, you have to be patient. Like, I'm just talking to myself. And you know, we have to, like, it's so hard not to look at the scale, because I don't really know what's going on with my body right now. I am not hungry. I stopped eating like 2 p.m. or the latest 2:30 p.m. and I feel like my body is changing. If I feel myself, like now, if I feel myself, I look at myself now, I look much more different. I look much more muscular, because, well, I am doing the muscular fitness, body weight training stuff. But I don't see any change on my scale. In fact, I saw an increase on my scale. So I don't know if that's the muscle mass that has increased, because I definitely have more muscle. I can see more muscle. But I don't know, because now I don't really feel like I'm fasting anymore at all. It is so weird. I feel like I am just so full throughout the rest of the day that I am like so satiated that I feel if I eat anything, I'm just gonna like feel sick. That's like the extent of my body right now. So I don't know what's going on. So I'm just saying that you have to kind of, it's cold, you have to watch out for that. Like, don't go by the scale. You know, if you're in a place like that, just say, give yourself a month. You know, just go, okay, I'm doing this 1 month, because I have been doing this for 4 weeks now. I have been struggling for 4 weeks to get into the routine of stop eating at 2 p.m. and, you know, all that. And it taken me about 4 weeks to kind of master it. So it's just 4 weeks in. So just give yourself 1 month of the real deal, trying to really stick to 2 p.m. because now it's much more easier. And then you'll be able to see those results, and then you'll be able to see, and don't look at the scale. I took a before picture of myself, and then in 1 month's time, we'll see how it goes. We'll see what I look in my after picture. Then I'll really know if this thing really, really works. Like, I believe it works. Like, how could it not work? You're stopping eating at 2 p.m. I feel much more better in my digestion. My stomach is flatter. I feel like stronger. There's so many things that I feel, but the scale doesn't really show it at this point. So just don't give up, and just be patient. And if you want this to be a lifestyle thing, that is the thing. I usually go on like diets 1 week, 2 week, 1 month thing, and then I kind of go back to what it was before. But if I really want this to be a lifestyle thing, then you have to be patient, because it's not going to be hard. A lifestyle thing is not supposed to be difficult. All those 1 week crashes, diets are difficult. They're really hard. That's why they really work. But if you get used to something like stop eating at 6 p.m. or 2 p.m., it's not supposed to be hard, because it's supposed to be like a lifestyle. It's not really supposed to, I don't really feel any difference now. Okay, so here's another kind of epiphany that I got whilst on my fasting journey, is don't look at it as weight loss. You know, Look at it as what you do to make yourself feel good. What makes you feel good? A workout every day makes me feel good. It gets my blood going, and then I get that natural good feeling hormones, and I feel stronger, and I feel less hungry, and I feel more fit, and I feel really good. Like I feel like I've done well for the day if I can get my workout. That's what makes me feel good. So I do that because it makes me feel good. So don't look at it as a weight loss point of view. Look at it, what makes you feel good? What makes you feel happy? Does it make you feel good to stop eating at 6 p.m.? Does it make your body feel good? Does it make your mind feel good? Does it make you feel good about life? Then do that because it makes you feel happy. Do it for your own health. If that is a daily workout or a daily walk, or stop eating at 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. Like sometimes I find it difficult because it's kind of inconvenient with my schedule to stop eating at 2 p.m. So actually I will start eating at 2 p.m. sometimes. Like most days I will start eating at 2 p.m. and I won't finish until 3 or 2:30. So I give myself like 35 minutes or something to eat, give or take. And that's okay, that's okay. It's just like half an hour, and it's supposed to be a lifestyle thing, right? It's supposed to be convenient for your lifestyle. Another epiphany, or kind of like realization that I received while I was doing this fasting, because I do a lot of praying and I seek God a lot in my questions, like, how do I do this, God? How do I get through this? What's the answer? I want this. How do I do this? How do I get the results that I want? And I got this, I got two things actually. One of the things I'll say is that I had a dream that someone was telling me that it's not really about how long you fast. I don't want to come off this the wrong way, but I hope you understand the meaning. It's not really the length, like if you fast for 1 week, it's not really about that. It's about doing it every day. It's about having the discipline to just keep up with it and just do it every day and integrate it every day. Whether that is from 6 p.m. not eating, or from 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. not eating, just do it every day. So that is one thing I received, because some days, I just like my schedule gets screwed up. I eat later, and then I find myself really hungry, and then I'm like, I can't do this, I just have to eat. So I do eat. That was on my 4-week trial of getting used to it. And then I would eat, but I would then make sure, okay, but I'm going to eat now, but I'm going to stop at 6 p.m. if I can help it, if it's not like some event or something. But if I can help it, then I'll stop at 6 p.m. Usually I'll be like, okay, I'm going to stop at 2 p.m. If that doesn't work, then I'll be, all right, it's okay, now I'll stop at 6 p.m. Just always try to stay in control. Always set new standards and new limits for yourself, and just try to always be in control. And just try to do it every day. That's the point. So the other thing that I that I discovered about this fasting, if you really want good results, what are you supposed to be eating? You're supposed to be eating home cooked meals. That means nothing processed, packaged, but something that you can cook yourself at home, whatever it is. Home cooked meal, no processed, no packaged foods. Like even bread is a packaged food. So I have difficulty with bread. Bread is like my thing, I don't know, maybe it's because I am from Europe, and everybody just grew up on bread there in the history of whatever, and the bread is the thing, right? But even the word says, man shall not live on bread alone, right? So I'm trying not to live on bread alone, and just hearing the word of God every day. Definitely, I do not think of food when I am hearing the word of God. So 2 home cooked meals a day. If you can have, usually within your window frame, then you can fill in 2 meals. So at least 2 home cooked meals a day, that will really help with weight loss, and that I have been trying to put that into effect. I did have a home cooked meal like yesterday or the day before, and I felt so full, like I didn't even want to eat the next day, because I had some kind of stew with meat, and that really just helped me stay full to the extent that I didn't even want to eat the next day. And I ate like at 2, forced myself to eat something at 2, not forced, but whatever, you know, you get the point. Another question you really want to think about is, what are you going to be eating like? I said this at the beginning. What are you going to be eating when you get off your fast, if it is an extended fast? But if it's not an extended fast, this is the way you can look at it. Oh, I'm getting like cold out here. I gotta finish this. How are you going to be eating? So, how can I say this? Instead of going on a fast, a long fast, because sometimes it's hard to be, you know, like we beat ourselves up about it mentally, and we want to go on a 1-week fast to get quick results, and then I will go on on the way that I'm going to be eating. But if you think about how are you going to be eating when you get off your 1 week, you might say, well, I'm going to stop eating at 2 p.m. Wonderful. Why not do that now? If you're having trouble going on a 1-week extended fast, why not stop eating at 2 p.m. now? Because you're gonna have to do it anyways, and it's gonna be hard. Even though you're still gonna go on 1 week, you go on 1 week fasting, it's still gonna be hard for you to get into stop eating at 2 p.m. because it just comes with experience. It just comes with experience, right? So why not start experiencing that now? Why not start, say, instead of going for a 1 week fast, say, I'm just going to stop eating at 2 p.m. now, because eventually you will get to the same place if you stop eating at 2 p.m. now as if you fasted for 1 week, and then from that 1 week you started eating and stopped eating at 2 p.m. every day after that. Eventually, on the graph, you'll lose a lot of weight, and then you'll come back, and then you'll go here. And the other one, stop eating at 2 p.m., it might go increase a little, but eventually it will go down. And basically, you will end up at the same place. Basically, I don't know how long that will be. That might take a while. That might take whatever, because you're still going to be experimenting with stopping eating at 2 p.m. So that is just another like realistic point that gets to us. If we want to have permanent results, permanent good feelings, you know, like feeling good in our bodies and in our life and all that, and not feeling conquered or depressed in our life, then you can just start experiencing now. Like start experimenting with stopping eating at 2 p.m. now, because eventually you'll end up at the same place. It may take a while, it may not, because you might falter a bit when you go back to eating. You might eat more in the evenings, and maybe that weight will level off, because it's about the long term. It's about a long-term result, not just a quick fix. Although it's a good quickish fix, but stop eating at 2 p.m. is amazing. And I have done many intermittent fasting schedules, and I faltered a lot with the 8 p.m. or 6 p.m. or eating at the end of the day. Those things didn't work at me for all. Maybe it's because of my body, maybe it's different. You know, everybody's bodies are different, and maybe that's what it has to do with, you know. So if you are an intermittent fasting person, just try to kind of change your schedule. Go one day without eating, instead of eating at 6 p.m. that you usually do, or stop eating at 8 p.m. Don't eat for that day, and then that's going to make you extra hungry, and then you'll be able to eat in the morning, and you can start eating like whenever you want, really, from the morning. Just stop at 2 p.m. That's all. I don't really start eating anything until like 12 p.m. and sometimes 2 p.m. and in between there. Sometimes I start at 10 p.m. You know, like with some fruit or whatever, but I do have tea when I wake up. So I have that until I start eating. And that is everything I just wanted to mention for this little quick pep talk about fasting and how to help you and how to get over certain fears and blah blah blah. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please give me a thumbs up if you did, and leave me a comment if you have anything to say, and I'll see you guys. Bye bye.